Welcome back, guys. How you all doing? My name is Marx and this is episode 19. And we've got a bit more wall done, as you just saw that, a bit more wall, a bit more mounting. So that's coming on nicely, and you may have noticed in the clip just there, we started the path that's going to be around the side here. So I do plan on having a village up over yonder, so we're going to need a way to get around the mountain. And that means coming around this side. So we're probably going to meet up with the hill just over there. So we're going to have the mountain dropping down. Right, the hill. It's not quite a mountain. That's going to drop down onto our left. So we've got the ridge coming down here and then this bit all around here. Oh, fell. So yeah, that's going to, our Mount Rocket's going to come up to this point here. And we've got a fair chunk done just here. It took a lot longer than I thought it would, hence why there's only as much as there is done. It's not anywhere near as straightforward as I expected it to be. Normally, I know I've said in the past it takes a while, and it does. I've got two of those, okay, weird. You can go in there. But yeah, I thought that edge would be quite simple, and it just wasn't. It actually took quite a while, but we are going to move away from that a little bit for now. I'll probably do a little bit more between bits, but getting to this point took a little bit longer because family stuff and Easter and a lot of things have happened in between, so we've not quite had the time I expected to have to be able to sit down and actually get this episode out when I wanted to. Incidentally, it's ended up late and later than normal as well, but that's by the by. So we're gonna work on more market stalls because I've not actually got around to putting any of those in because I've been otherwise occupied, and we're also hopefully gonna get at least the groundwork for the forge done in this area because this edge needs a little bit of work. Now the market stalls should be fairly straightforward. I'm actually not going to put any here, I don't think. I might just leave that as a path across. But we definitely need some more like down there and whatnot for stone and tools and stuff. So we'll crack on with that, and we'll do that off camera, and then we'll come back into a time lapse of this area, I think. And we don't need vines. Vines can go away. So yeah, we'll come back once we've time-lapsed the forge, I guess. And obviously I need to dig that way for storage I talked about last episode. Anyway, let's crack on with that. Okay, so I realized that I didn't have everything I need to actually build the forge. So all I did was just start with sort of space I think I'm going to go with it. But that's why we moved on to the actual crane for taking materials out from the mine underneath. This I built completely off the cuff. So I'd not designed it, and I appreciate you can't see it very well right now because neither can I. So I designed this completely off the cuff. These are gears that I had from previous builds from Day Bound Season 1, I think. And then this is just supposed to be like a crank handle to turn it, to pull the thing up and down. Now, the way I went with this, and FreeCam is going to be the best way to see this because I can use the shader's dynamic lighting to light up. So yeah, so this is just a pulley, which I'll probably change the trapdoors because I'm not happy with the acacia ones. They're a bit weird. Again, we've got two small cogs up here, and it just spins this, which pulls the chain, and that's how we have the movement. So it's all very manual. Obviously, we've got a support for what it is. It's literally just a pulley system with a crank. So very manually done, but that's how they get the materials up from their mines below. Now, this has actually, in searching for different ways to do things, I was reminded of something I did in the past, actually on here, and not that long ago. So we're going to head over there. It shouldn't be too far, it's just over here actually. Here we go. So a little bit back, I built these, and yeah, I was never happy with them because they honestly don't look great. I didn't want to go too big with them when I first did them, but in all honesty, what they're based on and how they came out are worlds apart. So I'm gonna actually rip them all down, which is a little bit soul destroying because they took so long to do. But that will help with this area because each one of these is made up with 4 armor stands. 4, yeah, and there's probably like 30-ish of them. So we're going to replace those with actual lights, and they're a bit bigger, so we'll probably have to have some low-level lighting, because part of the reason this works is because the lamps actually light up the area, because this place, if we look, is actually pretty well lit up. Some of it is in the moss underneath, so we do have some under there, but for the most part it's actually coming from these guys, which is good. I mean, in spots like this it'll work fine. There are some spots where they might not work. More down here, I think, on the closer together houses around the back. So I don't think they'll work all that well around here. Yeah, like that one. But at the end of the day, we need to do what we need to do. I'd much rather have a better looking one than these. These were an attempt at making them, but they don't work. So we're going to replace them with a nicer one, and I'll show you those when we come back with them in. Let's turn that off a sec. And let me know what you think, because honestly, yeah, I don't particularly like these ones all that much. I still don't think I've repaired my cake shop. No, I'm going to do that too. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, so it's not the one I intended to go with. That one was way too big. And by which I mean it was like up around the ridge somewhere. It was like 23, I think, tall, something like that. And it was a 3x3. So yeah, way too big. So we went with a more simplistic one, which is this. Took a while to actually find something I was more happy with. It's better than the little stumpy things we had. Not the style particularly that I wanted, but to go how I wanted with anything that's using full box ends up really quite big and it doesn't fit. So I've still got a bunch to do. I just did these 4 for now, so we could come in and show. They're not too bad. I can use a lot of the material. Well, I can use some of the materials we've got, namely the anvils. But other than that, it does change, but it's keeping with the palette we've got, so that's quite good. And they do just look a little bit more robust and less squat and diddly. I do prefer them. They are better. As I said, they're just not quite as I wanted. Yeah. In my mind, it worked out a lot better. They're not the best. But anyway, that's going to be it for today, guys. So hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now. Bye bye.